As the great sage Hermes Trismegistus said in one of his 7 Hermetic principles, nothing is immobile, everything moves, everything vibrates. In the same way, everything we perceive in the world around us has its own vibration. According to the law of vibration, our thoughts have their own frequency. The frequency of our thoughts and emotions directly impacts our body vibration, which in turn shapes our experiences and influences the things we attract. To achieve our desires, we must align ourselves with the frequency of what we want to attract. To manifest anything, we must resonate with the vibration of our desires. We attract energy that aligns with our own vibration. Positive thoughts and emotions attract more positive situations that manifest in our reality due to the law of resonance, where like attracts like. The same thing happens in reverse, like the poker player who enters a state of flow and starts winning game after game by stringing together a good one. The explanation of these good or bad streaks has a lot to do with the resonance of our emotions. When we are presented with something good, our emotions and our mood change, and like a magnet we attract more positive situations. We could see it as different energy flows. Imagine a river of positive energy on one side and a river of negative energy on the other side. Each of these rivers is fed by tributaries of positive energy or negative energy. When you enter one of these rivers, you begin to flow with them, and all these events and energy tributaries are appearing in your life. Luckily, we are not condemned to be permanently in one of these energy rivers. You begin to flow with them, and all these events and tributaries are appearing in your life. When you enter one of these energetic rivers, you begin to flow with them, and all these events and energetic tributaries appear in your life. Luckily, we are not condemned to be permanently in one of these rivers. We can always approach the shore and escape from the negative current. When we are aware that we are being dragged, we cannot always control all the events that happen to us in daily life, but we can detect the emotions that cause us, and if we see that we are beginning to be dragged by a flow of negative emotions, we can stop it. Being aware of it and having the intention to reverse it is the first and most important step. To reverse this situation, we can make use of different tools or actions such as meditating, conscious breathing exercises, taking a walk, doing sports, talking to a loved one, etc. Everything that leads you to a more positive state will be very helpful in many occasions. Instead of trying to get out of a negative emotional or mental state, we let ourselves go by this, falling deeper and deeper, victimizing ourselves, feeling melancholic, feeling misunderstood. But none of this will help us to be happier. It is all in our hands. Deep victimizing ourselves, feeling melancholic, feeling misunderstood, but none of this will help us to be happier. Everything is in our hand. The emotions that we usually call negative do not have to be harmful, are energy currents that seek expression. Feelings of anxiety or stress can simply be energies that seek movement and release. Learn to release these emotions, not suppressing them or ignoring them, but recognizing them and processing them. Forgiveness, both towards oneself and towards some of these negative emotions, can also be messages sent by our higher self, soul, inner wisdom, or whatever you want to call them. They warn us to take some action to get us away from some uncomfortable situation or some path that is not beneficial for us. For example, having anxiety every day when we go to a job that does not satisfy us and in which we feel that we are simply there for money, but deep down we know that we can do something much more enriching, can be a signal sent to us so that we remedy that situation if we do not pay attention to that signal. Enriching can be a signal sent so that we remedy that situation if we do not pay attention to that signal. In addition, it can generate us a feeling of frustration since we know that we are swimming against the current, but when we detect it and we put remedy, that emotion will have been an element of impulse that very probably will lead us to a more positive future for us. We must try to detect these emotions in time and act as soon as possible, since if we do not do it and they are prolonged in the time, apart from great dissatisfaction or sadness, can trigger illness. Being aware of your mental processes gives you the ability to discern when you are immersed in dense and heavy emotions, allowing you to release them and maintain a higher frequency. You are a conduit of energy with a powerful flow circulating through you. Through the crown chakra you connect to the limitless energy of the primordial source, while the base chakra links you to the nurturing energy of the earth. These harmonious energies converge in your heart space at the level of the heart chakra, forming intricate layers like an energetic disc that encompasses your entire universe and all the interconnected realms within the heart toroid. In fact, our essence is intertwined within this toroidal structure. This energetic configuration acts like a magnet, attracting to you the experiences, people, and opportunities that synchronize with your vibrational frequency. From the heart, which is the center of the toroid, is where you radiate from. Frequencies that resonate with all creation, and these resonating with our emission become visible to us in our field of reality. The mind or thought sends the order to the heart, and this emits the frequency. To see it manifested is a matter of time and the energy used in its emission. The key is to learn to harmonize the energy of thought with the heart and make the two work in unison. If we manage to master this, we become the magicians and alchemists of our lives. In scientific terms, a toroid represents a self-regulating system where all aspects converge in a harmonic unity before expanding the energy outwards, only to return once again to its origin, continuing this infinite cycle. It is within this dynamic interaction that we actively participate in attracting and manifesting the elements that shape our existence. Consider the world around us as a complex interplay of patterns and energies. These energies have a natural inclination to attract each other, following the same pattern. The principle that like vibrations attract like, often called like attracts like. Once you understand and integrate this information, you can profoundly influence your reality. However, at certain times, regardless of how positive and harmonious your thoughts are, unpleasant events can arise that seem beyond our control. This discrepancy from our limited perspective can provoke the question, what is going on here? Because I am experiencing this in spite of my apparent positivity. When you know what you desire but you realize that it is not yet present in your life, it is natural to assume that something external is preventing you from reaching those desires. However, the only obstacle lies in the incongruence between your habitual thoughts and your desires. It is useless to desire something from lack, since what will emit the resonance arises from the emotion, which is the code with which the heart works, which is the emitting center of the vibrations that will be in charge of manifesting your desires. In reality, we must accompany these desires with congruent thoughts and emotions, feeling and assuming that we already have what we desire and that there is no lack in us. Thus we will emit the vibration that will attract to our field that which we desire. Is something like traveling to the future mentally to attract to the present that which we want but do not yet have, assuming that it is already here. So we become the architects of our reality. If you focus only intellectually on the object of your desires instead of working together with emotions and the vibrations that these will create in you, you will hardly obtain the success you seek. Just like a navigation system helps you travel from one place to another, your emotions serve as a guide to help you navigate the distance between where you are and where you want to be. Every thought and emotion that is created moves you closer or further away from your desired outcome. The key to moving up the emotional vibrational ladder is to be aware and sensitive to how you feel. Without awareness of your emotions, you cannot determine how to move up the emotional vibrational ladder. You can determine the direction in which you are moving on the scale. For your desires to be fulfilled, you must achieve vibrational harmony with them before they manifest in your experience. Many people forget or do not believe that their desires will be fulfilled because they lack awareness of their vibrational position. When you understand the law of attraction and are aware of the sensations and emotions that your thoughts produce, you will no longer fear unwanted manifestations. You will understand that unwanted experiences do not flow spontaneously. The universe and you are not separate. On the contrary, everything is interconnected. If you do not achieve vibrational harmony with something, it will hardly manifest in your experience. On the contrary, when you align your thoughts and emotions, these will create the vibrations that by resonance will attract to your life events in consonance with what you desire, and little by little you will be sculpting and creating your own dreamed reality.